Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing part 3 of the September 11th, 2001 17th anniversary special by Michael Benitez. That's me. That's this guy right here. Okay. And so today we'll be talking about the third plane involved in 9/11, and this plane was American Airlines Flight 77. Let's begin the story. The plane in question was a Boeing 757 luxury jet, as you can see right there. This plane had the serial number N644AA. The leader of the hijacking of Flight 77 was Hana Hanjor, I think. In fact, some of the terrorists that would hijack other planes, I think one of them was on Flight 175, I think, actually flew on this jet, serial number N64488, AA, before it became Flight 77. Here we see the jet in March of 1995 at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Here you can see the Washington Monument in the background. At Washington Dulles International Airport, 64 people boarded Flight 77, among them the 5 terrorists. At 08:20 hours on September 11, 2001, Flight 77, plane serial number N644AA, flew off the runway. What would it be? Its final flight. Like Flight 175, it's unknown what exact time that Flight 77 was hijacked, but it is suggested between 08:51 hours and 08:54 hours. During a phone call during the hijack, a passenger claimed that the terrorists had box cutters and knives. Meanwhile, the way that Hanjor, I think that's his last name pronounced, the way that Hanjor was flying Flight 77, remember, this was a 757 old jet. This was a pretty old jet. So basically, he was flying it in dangerous conditions. It was also during this point, and along with Flight 93, that passengers aboard Flight 77 would know about the attacks on the World Trade Center. As Flight 77 neared the Pentagon, it made a 330-degree turn, as if the pilot wanted it to hit many floors as possible. Here, you see what happened next. All on board Flight 77 were killed instantly. Here we see debris from Flight 77 scattered near the Pentagon, and as we see the Pentagon as a fiery mess. Here we see an image of the Pentagon with a fire in one of the windows close to the exact impact point, with police and EMS in the foreground. And here's the Pentagon just minutes after Flight 77 crashed into it. Jim Miklazewski, an NBC Pentagon correspondent, said this: "I don't want to alarm anybody right now, but apparently it felt just a few moments ago like there was an explosion of some kind here at the Pentagon. With another plane on the way, this would soon become Flight 93, people had to evacuate. My grandmother was actually one of them, actually. She didn't hear the actual crash of Flight 77, but she told me that she did see smoke coming from the Pentagon. And here we see the collapsed area of the Pentagon. And here we see a U.S. Marine flag remaining undisturbed amidst an office wrecked following a day after the attack, September 12th, 2001. Many people had to be left by hospital, but actually, I think it was one of the governors. One of the government members that was in the Pentagon was ordered to leave, but he didn't, saying that he had to help the others that were trapped inside the wreckage. He was able to escape. He didn't go in the building, but he was able to rescue stretchers to faraway places from the Pentagon. Here's the areas of body fragments on the Pentagon, and most of them were found near the impact zone. And here is the cockpit voice recorder from American Airlines Flight 77. And here we see the damaged part of the Pentagon. I think it was like its fourth face. I think is under reconstruction. And at the National September 11 Memorial Site at the South Pool, there is the panel S-74, one of 6 of which the names of the Pentagon victims are on. And here we see a photo of the Pentagon Memorial shortly before it opened on September 11, 2008. So there was a third plane involved in 9/11, and this was a 757 luxury jet, chartered flight 77, hitting the Pentagon and killing many people. However, we're not finished yet. There's still one more plane to do, and that is the most rescuers. That's the most bravery. That plane is Flight 93, and we'll be doing that in the next video. I am Mega Benitez signing off from the story of American Airlines Flight 77.